Remember the French Revolution, you know, we have to get together and get rid of the oligarchs.
This is complete trash. Because do you know what President Biden said on his last day in office? He said that this country is an oligarchy.
That's what he's doing. He's not deporting people who are legal.
Well, he's not saying that. He's saying
yes,
that
he did. He specifically said
he's getting as many people out of this country as he can, whether or not
illegal criminal aliens.
We don't have proof that they are illegal.
Yes, do, because we don't have.
What do you mean we don't have proof that they're illegal? Do they have a social security?
Trump is going to deport his enemies. That's what he's going to do. Yeah, that's what it's about. Yeah. It's not about, you know, Trump wants to divide us so his oligarchs can rape the country.
Did you think?
Okay, she might be a little insane. That was a crazy thing to say. Trump wants to deport his enemies. Ugh. Okay, for those who don't understand, the people getting deported are illegal immigrants. It's not about his enemies in this case or his hypothetical enemies. He's deporting illegal immigrants. That's what the entire plan is. That's the only people that you can deport, I believe. I don't think you can deport an American citizen, but I've heard a lot of crazy things happen, so let's continue.
Think that he was going after legal immigrants?
I thought he was going after anyone who did not fit the picture of being white and in this country legally, or being born in this country.
Do you think the deporting people who have committed crimes, do you think that's a good thing that Trump is doing?
He released criminals into our society when he released the January 6 criminals.
All right, we're just going to go for it.
Okay.
So, read your sign and tell me a little bit about it.
Trans rights are human rights.
Okay. Okay, was this a deportation and immigration rally, or is this just kind of like everything?
It's everything. Mostly, you know, the communities that are really being attacked are immigration and the trans community. Yeah. And then it's everything else too. Yeah. And now it's, Elon Musk getting into the Treasury Department. You know, we have a coup going on.
Tell me about that. What do you think about Elon Musk and what is he doing?
He hired like 6 kids to go into the Treasury Department to recode everything. So Elon Musk has access to all the programs in the Treasury Department.
Okay. What do you think about what's being done with U.S. aid?
Right. Yeah, that's a problem because U.S. aid helps us with pandemics and helps us to fend off ISIS. So it's very dangerous. It takes us back to being an isolationist country.
Okay, well, you're talking about fend off, ISIS, and so you're like terrorists and people trying to do America harm.
Yeah, because they were using U.S. aid to combat that, but now it's like looks like Putin's calling the shots.
Maybe he is. So I like how you mentioned, trying to keep America safe from terrorists and ISIS. Do you think there's any merit to having a secure border to also try to keep America safe from people who want to do us harm?
I don't think there's a lot of, I don't think that's a big problem. You have to realize NAFTA made a lot of the a lot of the Mexicans come over here because our big agriculture took over in the 90s, so they had nowhere to go. So they were coming over here for years. It's our diplomacy that's been screwing everything up. And then we're like, oh, the border, which is BS. Why don't you go down there and help those people? Look what we did to Nicaragua, El Salvador. We've ruined those countries. So we need to stop. How about United Fruit in the 50s? We caused a coup. So it goes back to all that. So going over the border, yeah, because we effed it all up over the years. And
well, the El Salvadorian president.
So it sounds like to me she's saying that since America ruined their countries, America now owes illegal immigrants severance for what we did to them. I disagree with that. Obviously disagree with that. I'm trying to think of how she came to that conclusion, but I don't think there's any logic behind it. I'm going to be honest. The problem with what she's saying is that it sounds completely delusional. America does not owe someone who illegally crosses a border anything. And the only alternative I could think of to promoting illegal immigration is to go against your own laws. And we can't promote anyone going against the law, right? So why are you, as an American citizen, defending illegal immigration when it's literally illegal? So if someone else did something illegal, like break into your house, would you defend that if they wanted to break into it and they thought you owed them severance? Obviously not. So why all of a sudden here it's okay, but in other instances it's not okay? It's just a lot of cognitive dissonance here. Obviously disagree with it. Obviously makes no sense, but let's continue.
The president actually said that he's willing to take the criminal aliens that we need to deport. What do you think about that? If we were these bad people, do you think he would want to take our criminal aliens?
No, Trump is going to deport his enemies. That's what he's going to do. Yeah, that's what it's about. It's not about, Trump wants to divide us so his oligarchs can rape the country. And we need to get together. We need to reach across the aisle and say, look, we're all against the oligarchs. Remember the French Revolution. We have to get together and get rid of the oligarchs. Get them.
This is complete trash. This is complete trash. Because do you know what President Biden said on his last day in office? He said that this country is an oligarchy. He didn't say it directly like that, but he gave a speech and he said, don't allow this country to turn into an oligarchy, or he implied that there is an oligarchy. Do you know the problem with that statement? President Biden is one of the longest running congressmen in the United States. Then he turned into the vice president, then the president of the United States. Meaning President Joe Biden has been in office for the past 30, 40, 50 years. I think even longer than that, longer than 50 years. And on his last day, during his last time representing our government, he said there was an oligarchy. President Biden is a Democrat. He's not a Republican. He doesn't like Donald Trump. They're not fans of each other. The reason I'm bringing that up is because no one has brought up oligarchy. No one has mentioned that word in the past 10 years. But as soon as Trump gets in office, all of a sudden America magically turns into an oligarchy. Where was this sentiment when Biden was in office? When Obama was in office? When Clinton, when Bush, when anyone was in office? Where was the sentiment? Democratic people were in office. Where was the sentiment? No one said anything. But now it's an oligarchy. Y'all have to be fair in y'all assessments of these politicians. You have to be a little fair, You can't just all of a sudden say it's an oligarchy when we've had people in office who've ignored it. Like, you can't just all of a sudden switch sides.
Out of the Treasury Department.
So I've already been outed. Even though I've got this beautiful shirt on, I don't know how they outed me. What are you doing out here today? What are you so passionate about? What are you so passionate about? I know there were a couple different topics that were today, like immigration, pro-choice, trans rights. Which one speaks to you the most?
Personally, I find that queer rights and trans rights speak to me the most. Although I do believe in the intersectionality of it all, so I believe that queer people are affected by the loss of other human rights, and immigrants are affected by the loss of queer rights, and etc. So personally, I'm out here for all human rights because I believe that we all deserve them.
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what my shirt says. We are all human. I definitely believe that. What do you think is the craziest thing going on right now in the Trump administration?
The craziest thing, I'd have to say Elon Musk's attempt at defiling their checks and balances and how he is allowed to run loose in the Capitol. I really don't like that. I feel like that is too far and that we are losing what keeps our democracy in check.
Do you think what he's doing is illegal?
I'm a confident believer that what he's doing is illegal, and what Trump is doing is that it is against the Constitution. I believe both of them are fascists and are making our country hurl towards it.
What is a fascist?
What is a fascist? It's kind of hard. I'm not really great with explaining definitions.
Well, here's the thing. You can't call someone a fascist and not know what fascism is. Fascism is a form of authoritarian nationalist government that primarily focuses on benefiting one particular group of people or one particular party through the use of propaganda and dictatorship. That's what fascism is. So here's the problem. You're going off of talking points. You're saying all these buzzwords like fascism, dictatorship, oligarchy, all these things, and you don't even know what they are. You don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm not saying that because I disagree with her. I'm saying that because you literally don't know what you're talking about. She asked you, what is a fascist? Because you're like, let me know, is he a fascist? And you don't even know how to define it. I didn't even call him a fascist, and I still know the definition of it. And I'm an engineer. I'm not even in history. But you still have to know what you're talking about if you're going to go against him. All these people walking around with these delusional or crazy talking points that are obviously accusatory, and you don't even know why you're making said accusations. Who told you to say that? CNN or TikTok? Did someone you heard that online and just ran with it? Come on now.
But a fascist is someone ultimately who doesn't believe in human rights, who doesn't believe in the rights of others, who doesn't believe that everyone is equal and that they should be above others.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, all right. What are you out here for today?
I'm out here because I'm angry, I'm upset, and I feel so helpless in stopping what he's doing. I mean, today he's talking about turning Gaza into the Riviera of the Middle East. These things are insane, and he wants his son-in-law to get billions of dollars to do that. We have got to stop this, and if we don't turn out in protests like this, they're going to roll right over us. Our democracy is at stake right now, and people with disabilities who need Medicaid, they are really going to be hurting, and we can't allow this. So if we can't get out here and talk about how angry we are and how determined we are to save our democracy, then who will?
Okay, perfect. I love it. So I know this was mainly focused on like immigrants and deportation and stuff like that. What are your thoughts about his executive orders and the deportations that he's doing right now?
It's absolutely insane when you consider that so many people that are here, they're here legally, and they deserve to be here, and they're doing the jobs that other people just don't want to do. And we need to protect their rights and their health care and everything as well. People think that anybody can get health care. Well, they can't. And they're the last ones that will be able to get health care in this country.
So you would campaign and kind of champion this idea of illegal immigrants getting free health care?
No, that doesn't exist.
What doesn't exist?
Free health care for immigrants does not exist. It's an oxymoron.
Okay.
There is no way that you can sign up for health care, either Medicaid or even getting private insurance, if you don't have the right credentials.
Do they deserve it?
Yes, they absolutely do, because if they're here, you think of so many that come over the border. They're put in vans without any windows, and they wind up somewhere either here in Florida or somewhere else, and they're doing these jobs that are hard work, and if something happens to them, they can put them back in that van and take them somewhere and just drop them off. That's not right. Healthcare is a human right. It's not a privilege, and that's what we have to make sure that we hold on to.
Do you think the deporting people who have committed crimes, do you think that's a good thing that Trump is doing?
He released criminals into our society when he released the January 6 criminals.
Well, that's a whole nother discussion. Do you think that people who entered the country illegally without being vetted and then raped and killed people, like her name was Rachel, she was a mother of 5, she was raped and murdered, and then Laken Riley was murdered as well. Do you think that people like that should be deported who commit those crimes?
They should not only be deported, but they should be punished. But when you look at the statistics, the numbers are not that everybody coming across the border is a rapist or a murderer.
No, they're not, but we don't know because they're not being vetted, right?
And the ones that are being vetted, they are certainly not coming through our borders illegally. And that's what we have to protect. We need to make sure that those that are coming are legal, that they are not rapists and murderers.
Okay, so you agree with his deportation then, because he's deporting the people who are not vetted. So you agree then, right?
I don't agree with deportation. For people that aren't vetted, yes. For people who are vetted, no.
That's what he's doing. He's not deporting people who are legal.
Well, he's not saying that. He's saying
yes,
that
he did. He specifically said
he's getting as many people out of this country as he can, whether or not
illegal criminal aliens.
We don't have proof that they are illegal.
Yes, we do.
What? What do you mean we don't have proof that they're illegal? Do they have a social security? No? Then they're illegal. I didn't mean it. Yeah, they're illegal. If you don't, you can prove that you're a citizen. It takes like 2 seconds. What elementary school did you go to? Do you have a social security card? Do you have a passport? Legal forms of identification? It's really not that difficult to prove that you're a United States citizen.
Because we don't have proof that they are illegal. That's the proof. It's not that we don't have proof that they're illegal. We don't have proof that they are legal, and that's what makes them illegal.
If there's a justification for somebody to be deported, absolutely, they should be.
That's what he's doing.
But that's what he says he's doing, but we don't have proof that we know that either.
You think he's just deporting anybody?
When people that are here in this country are worried about being put in a van and taken to Guantanamo or somewhere else, and they've done nothing wrong, that's not right. If you want to go after the people that have done something wrong, by all means, that's justifiable.
That's what he's doing.
But you've still put
97%
who are here legally that are still worried about taking out.
Well, then that's them. They're not. They shouldn't be scared. He's never said that he's going after legal immigrants. So if you want to donate to my Patreon,
I think this is a very good video. It showed that people were just a little delusional. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. My name is LFR JoJo, and I'll see you in the comment. I'll see y'all later. Peace.